Hello fam, my name is Kiahonfire and welcome back to a brand new Conan Exiles video. Today I'm going to teach you about the religion of Yog and everything to do about it. I didn't find any information on these actually on the web and I was really shocked about that, so I thought I should cover it, and that's what we're going to do today. Now, with all religions you can either do one or two things in learning the religion. You can either, when you're creating a character, choose that religion in the character customization screen, and you'll have a choice of pretty much most of them minus Jebel Sag at the moment, or you can go to the place on the map where they are actually at, and you can learn from them, and they will teach you a religion. So for here instance, we get to talk to the religious teacher of Yog, and he is right here on the map at Shaman's Rise, right there. Here's this little guy here hang around. You can't kill him anymore. He's unkillable, so he should always be around, somewhere around this area. And this is Nunu. You get to talk to Nunu, and you'll be clicking on Learn Acolyte of Yog, and then you'll get the teachings of Yog. This will give you the basic religious teachings of Yog, so you'll go to your religions tab here. That will give you the Acolyte of Yog usually, and then the rest you'll have to learn yourself with engram points. Now you have 3 tiers of the shrines. Here's a tier 1, the tier 2, and the tier 3. So you start off with this shrine, and you'll have like usually the simple Yog cleaver, purified flesh, stuff like that, until you've learnt some more engrams. And you won't have this Yog priest quite yet. You can get these priests by actually knocking them out and converting them into thralls on the map, and I'll show you a few places you can get these in a bit. But these are good because they reduce crafting costs and they increase crafting speed, and they're just great all around just to have them. So I would get a priest and put it in my shrine every time, always. It can like get rid of some nasty ass costs sometimes. So usually you're going to start out with 2 things, the Yog cleaver and the purified flesh. Purified flesh is actually a really cheap healing material that you can get early on. And it's really easy to farm around the newbie zones and stuff like that, and even near the set city. And the way you'd go about getting this purified flesh is actually through people, and you'd go up to killing them, get rid of them. I'm using the Yog tenderizer here, it's actually really good. Yog likes maces, blunt weapons and stuff like that, to do with their religion. They don't believe in sharp tools and stuff like that. Not that that's important, that's only from an RP standard that that's important. And then you get your people, you get your cleaver, and then you just, you know, cut them up. And it should give you, when you get it right, I'm not touching it right, a bit of human flesh, and the most important part is unblemished human meat. You'll get 1 per kill. So we're going to take our unblemished meat that we now got and bring it to our shrine. Put it in. Craft it. Crafts pretty slowly, but that's alright if you got bulk and you just leave it in there, you know. It will cook up quite quick. And you'll be surprised how much of this stuff you will actually get when you go through killing camps and stuff like that. You actually get quite a lot in the end, as long as you remember to just farm it up. The Yogite cleaver doesn't have that much durability, so I would, you know, craft quite a few of them. Make sure you have like a little backlog if you want to go purified flesh farming. But now we have the purified flesh, we can consume it. It gives a nice little regen, you can see up there. There we go, we're healing right back up again. Full health, very nice. It does close to what an aloe potion would do, so it's like a really cheap way of doing it. Instead of getting aloe and having a fireball cauldron, you could just have this pit of Yog and cook human meat. You know, just eat that. And it does food as well, which is really nice, so there you go. Now when you craft things in your pit of Yog, it will create these little things called manifestations of zeal. Now these are used to upgrade your Yog pit, and you're going to need about 30 of them. You get 1 per craft. You don't get any from the Yog cleaver anymore. You only get it from the purified flesh, so I would just go for that. So you only need to kill about 30 people and harvest them to be able to upgrade this Yog pit. And then you would need the brick, which you can get by putting stone in a furnace. Shapen wood you can do by putting wood in a carpenter's bench, and bone. I'll show you how to get some easy bone in a minute. As you can see, my little manifestations are going up. We have about 20 odd meat in here. I'm just going to let it, there we go, it's back to craft, there you go, 7. So it's 1 per 1, 1 for 1. And you should get there eventually and be able to upgrade your station. All you need to do when you upgrade is click on it, and it will upgrade to the next tier. It isn't much bigger from the other. It's this one over here. It will be a bit higher. You'll want a nice little space for it, but it doesn't get much wider. As you see, it can fit on the same exact size of platform here. Same goes with the T3. They all fit in the same place. They don't get that much bigger. They just get a bit taller, really. So now you've upgraded, you get the next lot of things. Bone spear is made with 10 unblemished meat, 60 bones and 5 branches. They're alright, I suppose, for early on-ish kind of things. But to get more zeals, I would probably just, again, get purified flesh and get another load of zeals and just do it that way. This time you're going to need about 75 zeals to do it. But you should get there in pretty much no time. There we go, I got some Dafari people in. Usually they would attack me. I'll just show you. I'll just throw a spear at him. Probably a very expensive way to spear your enemy. If he keeps running away from me, I can't get them back either. They're just like stuck at him. Hang on, I might have to kill him. Very short range, but there you go. He's dead now. Does he give me my spear back? Oh, he gave me my spear back. Great. There you go. He gave me my spear back. That's alright. Then we're just going to farm him up. I always like to target people when I'm throwing these spears, because otherwise it's just like you don't hit them at all. He's running off with my spears. God damn it, come back. They're not the best. You could probably find better alternatives if I'm honest with you. There you go. He gave me some of my spears back. Not all of them, but you know, I'll have that. So they're not the best, but I mean, if you want to have a little bit of fun with spearing things, it's pretty good. It'd probably be better on like a rabbit or something you could use these for. Yeah, I would just go about getting another load of purified flesh and getting the zeals that way to upgrade it again. It's going to be a bit more expensive because you need hardened brick, which is way more expensive than just brick. You need a lot more things. Shapewood again, no problem. Bone, no problem. Your only problem there will probably just be the hardened brick. Now, tier 3 will give you a few things. It will give you this Yogite Cudgel. I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. Give you a nice skeletal decoration. And a Feast of Yog. You can also, when you hit level 60, learn this. The Tenderizer is actually a pretty darn good mace. If you like maces, then, oh my god, this thing is pretty freaking good. And I would say pretty freaking cheap as well when you make it this way. And then you can get yourself a Blessed Yog Cleaver. Now this is basically a Yog Cleaver, but with better durability, and that's pretty much it. But it's pretty good when you get up there. If you like Yog, you know, there you go, get it. You also need this Yog Pit to be able to actually summon the avatar of Yog. But to be able to do that, you're also going to need a combination of tier 3 Yog Pit and a actual Yog Archpriest. Which is, they aren't that easy to find, but I can show you a few spots that I would farm out to try and get one out. That god is probably one of the strongest gods out of all of them in the game at this current version. So it's a pretty darn good avatar if you want to use it. You have the Yogite Cudgel. It's pretty cheap to make. You should probably have all of this by now. It's quite a nice little weapon. It gives you about 32 health damage. Quite a lot of armor pen. Stuns as well. The stun's great. And then you can do the Tenderizer, which is going to cost you star metal, which is a bit more expensive, and you're going to need a lot more levels for that. Bit of shaped wood and some zeals. And it probably will be pretty cheap to repair. And then you have the Tenderizer, which is 51 health damage, 23 armor pen, and it does shield smash, and has quite a decent amount of durability. Also, by learning the final tier of Yog, you can now build the Feast of Yog, which I think feasts are pretty great in the game, actually. You need a skull, bone broth, and ichor to make it. Now, the only problem with this is skulls are pretty darn hard to get. You can either farm people out with hatchet, or some people say Blessed Yog Cleaver will get it. I would probably personally farm around Dafari people and see if I get any skulls out of that, and that would be how I would get my skulls. But there are many ways to get skulls. And Ica, you just need to cook some fish, and you should get Ica out of the unappetizing ones. And then you can have your lovely Yog feast, which you can eat. Regens your stamina, regens your health. Feasts are always good for these kind of things. Now I'm going to talk to you about a few ways of getting bones. One of the ways is to grind down animal carcasses in the fluid press. Now, I always find I get a ton of shellbacks, and you could just store them in a chest, let them expire, and then shove them in here. It's a pretty grim way of doing it. And the better the baby, the more bones and stuff it will give you, but it will give you this per shell. So you get about 5 bone, 5 blood, 5 chitin, but each baby weighs about 50 weight per, so do be careful with that. You might want to just stack them into like a little pet you have, and then you can let them expire in a chest, and then you can pop them in the fluid press, and you'll have your bones. Or there's another way of doing it. You can go to certain areas in the south of the map, in Dafari areas in particular, because they love bones. Here it is, right here on the map. So here we go up the top here. We got this little area. Be careful with this lady here. She's actually like a mini boss. She isn't too bad though. You could probably actually just lose her. And there you go, there's some bones in the chest there. There you go, we got another chest. We got some actually Dafari gear in here. Some more bones you can pick up. Some more chests with bones in them. This one has 41 bones in, so that's pretty good. Or if you think this is too much of a challenge for you, there is a ton of Dafari camps in this kind of area. Here you go, you can go to little camps like this. This is a little bit easier. You have a few people here. They're a lot less than the big area. There you go, chest. Good amount of bones there you can have. You can chop up your corpses with an axe and that will give you bones as well, but I prefer coming to the chest because it's kind of cheaper. And also while I'm doing it, I can farm all the people with my Yog cleaver and get a bunch of unblemished human flesh. As a few places, now I'm going to show you can get the priests. So here's probably one of the easiest places to go and get one because there's not much stuff around. And that's the location right here, on the edge of the jungle. Just on this little rock cliff here, the dry falls up here. And you can find him there. He can spawn anything from a normal priest to a high priest to an archpriest. I've seen them all here. At the moment he's a high priest, but if you keep coming back and killing them, and hopefully one will spawn for you and nobody's nicked it for you. So hopefully you'll get one. Either that, or you can check out another place which is actually kind of like a multi-spawn for many different priests that you can go to, which I also go to, which is very handy. So here we go, we're in the Black Hand ship. That's right here on the map, pretty easy to find. Be careful because there's a ton of NPCs here that are strong. But what I'm looking for priests, I go into the bottom of the ship. Again, there you can see lots of tier 3s around. And got a little cook, but usually you'll find the priest in here. At the moment it's a set priest, but it can be any of the priests. It could be a Yog priest, it could be a Mitra priest, it could be a set priest. And yeah, if you're looking for all of the priests, then this is a good spot to go for it. But it is a hard one to get to unless you're like dedicated to farming it. I probably wouldn't recommend going for this spot unless you're more high tier kind of thing going on. Just over here by the Bat Temple is another one, and that's another one that's easier to get to. That is right over here. There we go. The Cursed Way. He's down in the south again over here, there you go. Kind of near the other Dafari camps as well. But he's there, he can spawn any of the 3 normal archpriest, high priest, but again he's a high priest at the moment. There's also little chesties you can get here as well. And here we go, we have him for about a minute. It is Yog. He's pretty nasty looking, not gonna lie. He's yeah. Very slow. Anything you go over with him as well will generally get destroyed. You have a minute of this destruction. Yeah, nothing can stop you. You destroy trees and stuff. Anything. We're going to use one of our attacks now. Here we go. It's a very slow attack. But it's like a really good one. AoE, spread damage, kill that. Take you probably about 20 seconds to do actually. And there you go, that's one clean ass area. He's pretty damn good, and yeah. So personally, for the Yog religion, I would mainly just use it for this purified flesh here. And if you're into PvP stuff, then of course the avatar is pretty damn good. You probably fit a few attacks in and it will destroy quite a few bases in the process. And it's pretty good that way. So cheap healing item, sandstorm mask. And if you like maces, then this is the religion for you, I suppose. By no means do not jump in the Yog pit. You will die and probably lose your stuff. So don't do it. Yeah, this is pretty much it for my Yog guide and all that is in the religion of Yog. I hope this explained a few things for you and maybe helps you towards choosing what religion you would like to use in the future. Thanks for watching, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye! A quick reminder before we end, I will be doing a full series on this, including every single religion. We're starting with Yog, and then we're going to be going through them, three at the time. I'll make sure to pin a playlist down, and it will be at the bottom of the playlist, I imagine. But anyway, hope this helped.